Well, I've got some of my electronics charging, so I've got a little bit of time here. There's a group called Sisters Against Mental Abuse. How is this okay? Now, I'm not saying that it's wrong for them to have a group. I'm saying that it is wrong because it's not equal. The group itself is fine. But I want you to take a look at these groups. I've known a few people in my life, more than one or two. I've known a lot of racists. I've helped out a lot of racists of all sorts of colors. Now, when a man is being abused, he's dismissed, blown off, ridiculed. And I do speak out. So this woman here, she Sisters Against Mental Abuse. Ignoring the other victims because they're not the right color or the right gender. That's abuse. It's racism and it is also abuse. To choose whether or not someone is capable of being victimized based on their skin color and their gender. See, it's groups like this that make it bad, horrible, even worse for all of the other victims. Because part of this racist trend, it's not just saying, hey, it's not fair that we're treated this way. It's not okay to treat us this way. We're still humans. Of course, we see this movement that's going on right now. We've got over 300 white people who have been murdered in the United States by BLM supporters, primarily black ones. One woman was in the Peace Corps. She traveled the world helping human beings out. People who, by the way, in the countries that she went to, were not white. There were some black guys. They were very angry and they were screaming and shouting and hooting and hollering. A lot of anti-white slogans while they were saying BLM. Now, what happened to this woman? Well, she said all lives matter and she was killed. That's how I feel about Black Lives Matter. You are either a human or you're not. Any descriptive that you want to use to separate yourself from the other humans to try to get special treatment dehumanizes you every time. Now, why am I targeting BLM and not black people? Well, for starters, most of the black people I know agree that all lives matter. You think those folks would have shot that woman if she'd have been a black woman? It's possible. I mean, when them BLM rallies turned out to be not entertaining enough, and many of these people realized they weren't going to get to take it out on the police, they went and took it out on the homeless. I'm sure you watched that video where those Young men, I would say boys, because they were not adults. But you can't say boys when you're talking about black people because it makes you racist. Of course, if a black man calls me a boy, I'll call him a boy right back. That's equality. You don't want to be called boy. I will call you young man. I will acknowledge you that. The same as I acknowledge for my transsexual friends that they are no longer the gender that they were when I met them. Is young man racist? You going to pretend that I hate all black people because I said young man? Now, this group, Sisters Against Mental Abuse, I get that this is only for blacks and only if they're women. So it's both racist and sexist. If there is an organization just for men, well, it gets called racist and sexist. Golf clubs that are just for men. And then we got women who want to complain because they can't join a golf group. That's trivial shit. I am trying to get the abuse that I am going through and have been continually going through to stop. So, what does this young black woman do? She gets dismissive and turns into an asshole. I get it. I'm not the right fucking color and I'm not the right fucking gender. So it's okay for you to be racist. It's just not okay for others. The rules are magically different for you. You know, I see the same thing on the white side. These racists in Chapel, Nebraska, that I have been literally, since the day I moved here, sticking up for black people. These racist white folks all think that it's okay for them, but it's wrong for you. It's only okay for them to be racist. It's not racist for them. Just like you want to pretend that you're not racist when you're doing the exact same thing. Except it's worse. Because you're not denying people the right to go to a golf club and swing a fucking club at a ball. You are denying another human being justice. You are denying another human being help because they're not the right color or the right gender. By the way, that's illegal. We have plenty of laws and legislation that make that legal or illegal. But is it enforced? Of course it's not. Nobody wants to stand up to a racist black person because they don't want to get called racist. Well, fuck you. I don't give a holy goddamn what color you are. If you're a racist, I am going to fucking speak out. Now we got BLM. They want to do the same thing that I see the white people doing. The racist white people. Now I say racist white people because, well, they don't have a group. We do have a KKK following in this town, but most of the racists here aren't KKK members. They're just ignorant as fuck, just like these black women. Ignorant. The root word there is ignore. Now, this woman, when I reached out, well, she was not only dismissive, she thought it was fucking hilarious. one of these, it says that she made like 4 comments in a row here, right? And of course, she's got like smiley faces, ha ha faces. Yeah, that's right. It's not fucking funny. It's not funny when it happens to women, and it's not funny when it happens to men either. You sexist fucking cunt. Those of you who have paid attention know that I reserve the word cunt for people who get others harmed, injured, or killed. So, maybe you guys can go to this site. You can take a look and ask yourselves why I called her a cunt. Oh, we've got another Russian over here with the fucking bullshit. These aren't trolls here. See, there's a big difference between a troll and a spammer. Hide user on this channel. Blam! It's gone. Now, I am going to give you a link. Copy. I don't know if this will work or not. Nope. Oh, yeah, it will. I'm not sure if it'll let you see what it is that she was typing because it's actually a personal message, or not a personal message, mention that the site goes to. But anyway, hopefully it'll take you to this site. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is end this video and send it to them. I'm tired of the racism. I'm tired of poor white people being victimized by black people across the country because of a bunch of rich white people who are victimizing us too. I'm tired of hearing black people say they're the most marginalized people in the country. Like hell you are, the homeless are. The homeless include black people. You are fighting for special rights. That is racism. You should be fighting for equal rights. But you know what's actually more important than fighting for equal rights? Let me explain it this way. Let's say a police officer beats up a black woman and a white woman. He's assaulted 2 people. Maybe those people should get together and see to it that he is put behind bars. Instead, we've got the black victim hating on the white victim, and the white victim is hating on the black victim. I'm more victimized than you. You have white privilege. Well, you're allowed to have a group. People of your skin color are allowed to have groups to give you special rights that white people do not have. So let's talk about black privilege for a moment. Black privilege. You don't like a white kid? You go start shit with him. You call him a honky and a cracker. You smack him around. And if anybody finds out, you just claim he called you the N-word. Every single black person in America knows they can do this. Just like every single woman in America knows that if she doesn't get her way, she can accuse a man of sexual assault or stalking. And nobody's going to lift a goddamn finger. Nobody's going to hear a fucking word. White men have less rights than everyone. Special rights are immoral. These are Jim Crow laws for white people. These are special privileges for people not of color, but specifically and only black people. BLM is not fighting for Native American rights. BLM is not fighting for women's rights. BLM is not fighting for equal rights. BLM is only fighting for racist special privileges. If a woman just pretends, then many people will harm an innocent man. What I have gone through is proof of this. But I need help to stop the abuse. Maybe these racist women will take a look at what's actually going on. Maybe they'll use their fucking brains. But I doubt it. We can all hope that the racists realize what they're doing and put a stop to it themselves. Say, hey, maybe not all black people are thieves. Maybe not all white people are passing laws that are immoral. Maybe not all men are rapists. Maybe there are women out there who are not sugar and spice and everything fucking nice. Sisters Against Mental Abuse. Well, this woman decided to be mentally abusive because I'm not the right gender. Well, fuck you. You want to be racist and sexist? It's okay for you to have a group only for you people? Yes, I said you people. You are making it you people. I have maintained from day one that we are all people. Oh, here's another Russian asshole. We'll do the same thing right over here. Hide user on this channel. And blam! How fucking easy was that? If only it worked that way in real life. When men are victimized, you make every excuse why they wanted it, needed it, and deserved it. You make every excuse not to hear them. And many people actively went out of their way to make sure that I could not defend myself, that I could not tell my side when it made a difference. They made sure that I could not go and see my loved ones to get the help that I desperately, to this day, still need. I wasn't pissed off at Natalie because she wouldn't touch my penis. She wanted to touch my penis. I wouldn't let her. I wasn't pissed off at Natalie over anything to have anything to do with her fucking vagina. I was and still am pissed off at that fucking cunt because I have spent the last 5 years being fucking abused by every goddamn person I know. And yes, neglect is abuse. Looking the other way is abuse. Don't be so fucking stupid. I'll fight for black rights. I'm willing to die for black people to have equal rights. But then again, they already have more rights than I do. It doesn't matter what's written on paper if we are not enforcing it in real life. We need to have body cameras on all cops at all times because they are all fucking liars. Just like any other predator in a position of power. I got a question. If the American people killed one senator and one governor every hour until we are allowed to know which one of our lawmakers took part in raping underage children, why is it that our entire government is trying to cover this up? It's because this entire goddamn country is run by pedophiles. Sweet and sassy type, not all cops, some yes, but not all. No, all of them. Every single cop that you have ever met is a liar. Every single cop that you have ever met, if they see another cop doing something wrong, they are not going to speak out unless they absolutely have to, or they're going to prison. All cops are bad. If you enforce immoral laws, you are not a good person. Since all of this started, I haven't run into one decent cop. Not even one. I've run into a bunch of fucking goddamn liars. A bunch of fucking skeezers. But guess what? It's magically okay, isn't it? There are 14 services in Boulder, Colorado, just for women. For every one service that's co-ed. And that's actually not true anymore. Boulder County Cares was a co-ed service. It's gone. Boho was a co-ed service. It's gone. There's a few others too. Boulder, Colorado gave these services to the police, and the police shut them all down. That's communism. Not Marxist communism, mind you, but actual communism. Communism in reality. Just like we can't have universal health care, but everybody's got to get this goddamn shot, don't you? Sweet and Sassy typed, I'm sorry your experience has been so horrible. I wish things could be better for you. They can, Sweet and Sassy, but you got to speak up. Don't come here for entertainment. Come here with the intent of helping, of finding out what's going on. I haven't spent the last 5 goddamn years speaking out for no fucking reason. I have spent the last 5 years trying to get help. I'm not telling you this for your entertainment, sweet and sassy. I'm not telling any of you this for your entertainment. I'm telling you because I need help getting the abuse to stop. But I'm not the right color for anyone to care. I'm not the right gender for anyone to care. Not enough to actually step up to the plate. Now, these folks in this Sisters Against Mental Abuse, yeah, it is racist, but do they see it that way? When I say they, am I referring to black people? No. I'm referring specifically to a group of people. It is a group. They made themselves a group. It's their group. Those people in that group. Of course, that's a racist group. It's also a sexist group. Quite the conundrum, eh? That's right. You're out of your mind, boy. Sorry about that. I try to be serious when I'm on here. My nature is a lot different. I like jokes. I like seeing people smile. I like making people smile. I like it when somebody is so incredibly afraid and they just want to get out of a situation and I get to help them out of that situation. You know, you can actually feel when they release that tension. When somebody is tense around you, it makes you tense. It's their body language that lets you know that they're tense. Oh, there is a fly in there. It felt like something was tickling my mustache. Is that a fly or a spider? I couldn't tell from the taste. I've been victimized for over 5 years. I've reached out to everyone that I can for help. Everybody had some excuse why they couldn't come forward. And of course, the cops had their own narrative. There's at least 5 people, I believe, this week that I have recorded talking about why they didn't come forward, why they didn't speak up. And none of those people's reasons were the excuses that the cops gave. When I tried to turn in my predators, I told the cops who to call, who the witnesses were. They never bothered to call those witnesses. See, you don't understand. I had to go to the Dual County Sheriff's Department about the harassment that I was enduring at the hands of Natalie Bollinger and her friends before she was killed. Dual County Sheriff's Department didn't give a fuck. And by the way, there were also 2 state patrol officers who came with the deputy who came to my apartment. It was, I believe, January 8th of 2017, almost a year before Natalie was killed. One of the biggest problems that we have is that hospitals will do what the cops ask. No questions asked. I probably ought to go through here and post up a few videos of the people who have been killed, administered lethal injection because the cops asked. No convictions, not even a day in court. Just here's your drugs and you're dead. So let's see. I figure this lady in Sisters Against Mental Abuse probably isn't going to watch the video. And if she does, she probably won't make it all the way through. But she might. She might be that one person who goes, you know what? Maybe I should look at another perspective. Maybe I should see what this guy's going through. Maybe I should find out instead of being dismissive and laughing. There are 29 million men in the United States who are survivors of sexual assault as a minor. So, stow your racism, stow your sexism, please. It's not okay to ignore the black victims, but it's not okay to ignore the white victims either. And it sure as hell is not okay to blame the white victims like they somehow deserve it because they're not the right color to be victimized by a cop. Some of these cops are racist. Most of them are just anti-poverty. Look who they hunt the most. There are 120 black people for every one homeless person. Yet homeless people are killed over double the quantity that black people are killed. Now, if you want to do the math on it, and you want to give, well, an equal number, see, we got to do this per capita. That means if we're going to compare the two numbers, we have to compare the two populations. If black people have 120 times the population of the homeless, then we increase 120 times the population of the homeless, and we increase 120 times the number of homeless people who were killed. And that gives us the per capita comparison, the side-by-side comparison. I see who's being victimized. A lot of these black folks that I personally know were wanting to go to war with the police. And like most of the black people who went to those rallies, they didn't have the balls. Most, I say. See, there's a point where asking your predators to stop is a waste of breath, and you need to get your ass off of your ass and make them stop. If you see a man raping your little sister, are you going to sit there and watch and just ask him to quit? Hey, will you stop raping my sister, please? Well, fuck no. At least I hope you're not that little bitch. I would hope that you would call 911. Some of you are not cowards. Some of you are not bitches. Some of you, if you saw somebody raping your sister, you'd beat them to death. And see, that's the thing about calling somebody those words. You just say those things that make your crimes okay. If a man is being harmed because you fucking lied about him, it's fine, isn't it? No, it's not. Wrong is wrong no matter what color you are, no matter what gender you are. And I have made literally hundreds upon hundreds of videos about this exact subject. This wives' tale that black people can't be racist and women can't be sexist. Yeah, you fucking can. I suppose, since I said I was going to look this up, I believe one of them was in Dallas, Texas. I'm trying to find it. It's a bunch of shootings, is what it is. Tony Timpa. Mind you, this video is a lot longer than it is here, and I'm sure that the Sisters Against Mental Abuse probably doesn't give a shit because, well, this guy is white. So I'm going to post up another one. A man who was killed in a county that I spoke out about, in a state that I spoke out about. The man's name is Elijah McClain. There's a woman who used to be a good friend of mine named Kinga Nichols. You know why we're not friends anymore? Situation with Elijah McClain. She was too cowardly to speak out about what she knew in my situation. But she was willing to speak out about Elijah McClain. It's popular. It's popular now to hate white people. Great job. Let's see. Elijah McClain. All right. Well, this one's new. Of course, these guys are pretending that he was murdered for being black. He wasn't. He was murdered for being autistic. Something that most people want to selectively ignore. Now I'm going to show you some more people who were killed literally by my actual predators. By name, the same exact predators. This is Demetrius Shankling. He just happens to be white. I haven't seen this video before. Let's see. Copy link address. I'm also going to show you, I'm going to post up a few links here to places that I have been. Elijah McClain would be alive if I had been heard. Natalie Bollinger would be alive if I had been heard. Law enforcement was too busy trying to cover their own tracks. It is wrong to do these things no matter what color you are. And if you're only speaking out when it happens to one specific color, you're shooting yourself in the fucking foot. Now, let's say a police officer is beating on a black woman and a white woman at the same time. If those white women work together, apes together strong, or apes together strong, depending on it. I like that. Together we are strong. This is not strong. These are. You've got two hands for a reason. Now, if that cop is beating the shit out of two women who are busy beating the shit out of each other over who's actually victimized more, he's hitting me harder. No, he's hitting me harder. He's not hitting you harder. You're white. You're getting privilege. Holy fuck. So now neither one of you are doing a goddamn thing about the actual issue. You're just being assholes. God damn it, I'll be an asshole back. By the way, I've been in this van. paste. Someone named Tack Bori wrote LOL. That is like so funny. Are you single perhaps? No, I'm not single. I will never be single. I'm married to my work, and my work is equality. Now, what else were we looking up? I mean, we got Demetrius Shankling here. Let's see. All right. This next one is Clearview Behavioral Health. There's, guess what? Another body in this one. We'll start off with this one. This was made 3 years after I spoke up. They started posting these within a couple of months of me speaking up. Sorry, I believe it was 9 months. They wouldn't listen to me. It took an underage boy who was locked up in there and victimized. It took his father speaking up to open up an investigation. Nobody was going to listen to his son, but they listened to him. I needed that. But Colorado still didn't care. They allowed this place to continue to operate. And then they killed a man. Now we'll actually search through here for the long one. Let's see, copy link address. It's called Dying for Help, a mental health crisis in Clearview. And they talk about Demetrius Shankling, the body I was telling you about. Let's look up Waylon Lolatai. I was assaulted in the Boulder Hospital. They were supposed to be taking me to make a report. Instead, they took me to the hospital. Let's see, Waylon Lolatai, Channel 7 News. Let's see, multiple dead, including Boulder police officer and Colorado grocery store shooting. Well, that's good. That is a good thing. It's not enough, but at least one of our predators is no longer here to victimize us. Sure, I'm not willing to go kill the man, but I can be glad he's dead. I don't even know what cop it was in Boulder. And I don't have to, because none of them are good. When you got rotten people at the top, they're going to hire people who are just as rotten. If you're a crooked cop, you don't want to hire a Boy Scout. Now, I think that it's horrible that this person went into some place and just started blasting people. That is horrible. Now, did these people actually do something to the man who went going around shooting people? That's a good question, too. Eric Talley. Oh, fuck him. Fuck him. Holy shit, fuck him. God damn, that man is dead. Yes! I might even give up over 20 years of sobriety to celebrate that. Now, am I really actually ecstatic and excited about this? No, I'm not. But I can pretend to be, because it's what many of you imagine of me. The man really was a piece of shit, and it really is a good thing that he's dead. It's still horrible, and it would have served a better example if he had been incarcerated. Lights for Miles funeral procession for Boulder officer Eric Talley was 8 miles long. You know, it'd be nice if some Iraqis would come over here and drop some IEDs next to that fucking road, huh? Looks like they took down a bunch of the stuff from Whale and Lolotai. Copy link address. Seems they took down only the stuff that showed him committing crimes. Let's see. All right. Well, Tabcore is going to get kicked. But first, I'm going to show you why. He's a troll. He wrote right here, well, LOL, that is so funny. Are you single perhaps? Of course, I told him no. He said, or she typed, dang it. And then typed, what's your opinion on men who, well, gobble up other men? You know, like the gays. Well, Tabcore or Takbor, whatever the hell your name is, they're human. Lesbians are human. Gays are human. Straights are human. Blacks are human. Whites are human. Men are human. Women are human. So, my opinion on men who gobble up other men, as long as the other man is willing, as long as it is consensual, then by all means, suck that dick. You want to swallow some other dude's man pudding? Slurp it up. Hell, it's not even about gobbling up other men. If you want to fart their yogurt, go ahead. So, my idea and my beliefs about the, you know, like the gays, as this person typed. What about them? My opinion is that they're people. Some of them are assholes, some of them are not. Some of them are junkies, some of them are sober. They're people, just as different from one another as you and I. Now, when I look at this Sisters Against Mental Abuse, I notice something. None of these women are black, not even one of them. Matter of fact, there's only one of them in there that looks like she's maybe 50% black. All of these women have white ancestry and white heritage. Every single one of them. I noticed another thing. Even though they are all of mixed heritage, they don't all look the same. Matter of fact, they all look completely different from one another, including their skin colors. Maybe I should send him a picture of the darkest person I've met in my life. I don't have a picture of him, but yeah, they're as mixed blooded as I am. I'm a mutt. Some of my ancestors were black, some of them were white, but really, we need to go by region. Because of migration patterns throughout history, everybody is pretty well intermingled with everybody to some degree. Doe Eyes typed Sean deserves justice, and Doe Eyes typed Sean, can I add you into a DLC for Skyrim? I know what a DLC is, by the way. DLC is when you buy something with real cash in the video game. I actually did get Skyrim. I got it from a guy named Chris Stegeman here in town. I don't know where it went. I did try playing it though. At least I tried playing it right. Um, but I thought DLC was like the stuff that you buy. Like if you play, what's that game? Naval action. If you get any of the ships that you buy, those are DLC ships. Doe Eyes, I actually gotta admit to you that I'm ignorant as to what a DLC is in Skyrim, as it may be something completely different. A mod, I mean. I know what a mod is. It's a modification or an upgrade. I do what you want. I named one of my characters on one of my video games after someone who's dead. I named another one of my characters in a game after somebody that I can't fucking stand. And I ignore that one. The one I named after somebody I can't stand, that's on Star Trek Online. Doe Eyes, you can name them whatever you want. You want to name them after me, I'm not going to stop you, but there's some pretty good names out there. I like Mariana a lot. Mariana, I think, is one of the most beautiful names, and Miranda, too. Mariana is a Spanish name. I don't know the heritage of Miranda, but Doe Eyes type, how are you doing? I'm doing horrible. I'm trying to get help. There's no groups for white men, so I gotta try to get help elsewhere. I mean, no, there are groups for white men. I mean, I could always join the KKK or the Aryan Brotherhood. Well, until they find out that I'm a mutt with Jewish ancestry, then things change around quite a bit. But see, those are racial hate groups. I was hoping and trying to get BLM to stop being racist, to do something to stop the predators instead of arguing over who's more victimized. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who is more victimized. You were both victimized by the same predator. You need to go after the same predator. Now, there's also the fact that when the white girl gets beaten up, she doesn't get to claim that it's because of her skin color, but a black woman does. It doesn't have to be racially motivated for her to pretend that it is. And in today's social and political climate, that's enough. I'm not going to stop fighting for women's rights. And I'm not going to stop fighting for black people's rights. Do you know why? Because I'm after equality. Telling me that I deserve the abuse that I've gone through, or that I don't deserve to be heard because of white privilege, white privilege, white privilege, white privileged. How good does it feel to get raped up the ass and then told that you just shut up because you got white privilege? That don't feel too good, does it? Well, for those of you who have gone through it, y'all got no idea how many times growing up in the system full of minorities, you have no idea how many times black kids looked at me being either the only white kid or one of the few white kids there, and they want to come up on me. I know you want to fight. Call me the N-word. Call me the N-word. I dare you. I dare you. I dare you. Pussy. You fucking pussy. I know you want to. Say it. Say it. And I never said it. A lot of y'all think that it's okay for a black man to beat up a white man for using the N-word, but it's okay for a black man to use the N-word, ain't it? With an A or an R on the end. And I have seen white men get punched in the face for putting an A on the end instead of an R. It's not racist unless you put an R on the end. Really? You get stuck in the face just the same. It's racist no matter what because black people are allowed to say it. Plain and simple. When black people call us crackers, it's not considered racist. Or honkies, or rednecks. I got to tell you, this is something that's going to go over most of your heads, but those of you who've been to prison are going to get it. I hate Peckerwoods. Hate is a strong word, but I hate Peckerwoods. And those of you who don't know what that is, well, keep your ass out of prison. Hopefully you'll never find out. Now, obviously, this video is about an hour long. We've gotten off topic quite a bit. I'm communicating with people over on the side here. Tech Bori, though, because Tech Bori wants to be an asshole and a troll and go after gays on my channel, well, your messages are now hidden from my channel. You can go ahead and type on my channel all you want. No one's ever going to see it. Put your racism elsewhere. Put your sexism elsewhere. Stop pretending that the other victims deserve it because they're not part of your fucking group.